At my father-in-law's dinner party, the china gleamed, the wine breathed, and the jokes were aimed squarely at me. Victor Aldridge, import-export tycoon, lifelong smirk, waggled a thick sheaf of paper like a trophy. "Translate this Chinese proposal," he said, voice dripping mockery, "and my company is yours." Laughter rolled down the mahogany table. Bianca, my wife's sister, didn't bother to hide the eye roll. How could he? He barely finished high school. I took the document anyway. My name is Marcus Rojas. I run a lean logistics outfit with 12 employees and a lot of grit. No framed diplomas, no country club handicap, just a business that pays its people and its bills. In the Aldridge universe, that makes me a novelty act. What they never asked, I grew up switching tongues the way other kids switched TV channels. Mom, Elena, came from Guangzhou, thoughts firing in Cantonese. Dad, Gabriel, was Dominican, Spanish as warm and quick as his hands, stirring a pot of sancocho. Sundays, I translated at our kitchen table while my parents stitched together import orders with relatives across oceans. Dad taught me how contracts really talk, what the commas cost, what the silences sell. He died when I was 17. School ended, life didn't. I kept the family shop alive, learned to hear the traps before they snapped. I carry his small jade, pen, Keijiao Chengshang, honest business, in my pocket to remember who taught me what words can do. So I opened Victor's joke. The first page was business Mandarin, dense, confident, meant to impress. Beneath the polish, I saw the seams, a branding clause that let the supplier parade Victor's logo for free, a better partner escape hatch that could sidestep him entirely. Nicely hidden. Deadly. 5 minutes, Victor sang, checking a watch worth a sedan. I started translating, out loud. Not just the characters, but the consequences. This paragraph grants them the right to use your marks in their marketing without compensation, I said, tapping the page with the jade pen. And here, this collaborative channels line, it allows them to bypass you if they deem another partner strategically aligned. The laughter thinned. Bianca's forehead creased. The house lawyer, 2 seats down, Ivy credentials shining, sat forward, reread, and blinked. "He's right," she said, quietly stunned. "I missed that last week. I kept going. The second half was worse. The real poison. Strategic operational assistance was dressed like help, but it demanded client lists, route maps, supplier contacts, financials, everything you'd need to rebuild Victor's business without Victor. If you sign this," I said, "you'll hand them your crown jewels within 18 months. Silence. Heavy as lead, Victor's pink fade to paper white. "How do you even know that?" "Because I've translated enough of these to hear the theft underneath the compliments," I said. "This isn't partnership. It's a slow-motion acquisition." People stopped pretending not to listen. Staff froze in the doorways. Across the table, Clara, my wife, watched me like I'd stepped out of a disguise. I finished the document line by line, then laid out counterclauses and safer wording. What to permit, what to refuse, where to pin liability back where it belonged. When I finally set the pages down, the room felt altered, pressure dropping after a storm. Victor cleared his throat. "You saved me from signing that," he said. "I'll make it worth your while." "You already promised me the company," I answered, easy and even. He tried a brittle laugh. "That was a joke." I wasn't joking when I took it. His lawyer, now very awake, spelled out the risk. Signing as written would breach 3 standing agreements by Q1. Damages could be catastrophic. Victor weighed pride against survival, then gave a tiny, surrendering nod toward the lawyer. "Draft something. Not the company. A partnership. Limited shares. Enough to give him a say?" The room exhaled. Jake, Clara's younger cousin, grinned like his team had hit a walk-off. Bianca chewed on a lemon only she could taste. Clara's face held something I hadn't seen in years. Pride that wasn't polite. I didn't gloat. I tapped the jade pen, once against the contract, and slid it back. "You don't have to give me the empire," I told Victor. "But you will respect me. Put it on paper." He did. What came after? A month later, I signed a 20% partnership and took full oversight of foreign contracts. Not control of the Aldridge machine, let's stay realistic, but a steering wheel that actually turned something. My first hires weren't resume showpieces. They were talent that looked like mine. Maria Santos, raised translating for her family's immigration cases, bloodhound for visa traps. David Chun, restaurant supply veteran who knows customs law like muscle memory. Ahmed Hassan, 6-language contract reader whose unfinished degree hid an uncommon instinct for risk. Within 3 weeks, we flagged landmines in 4 international deals, killed 2 beautiful on-paper disasters, and renegotiated a shipping contract that will save $500,000 in 2 years. I also set up the Gabriel Rojos Foundation for Practical Language Studies, scholarships, for kids who speak in 2 worlds and are told it doesn't count. They'll learn from working translators and deal makers, not just textbooks. My father would have liked that. The family shifted, subtly, then not so subtly. Clara started introducing me as my husband, the one who catches the tricks in international contracts, which, while not poetry, beats the high school graduate. Bianca stopped the digs. Hard to mock what keeps the company out of court. Jake asks questions, takes notes, shows up. Victor listens. Sometimes he even defers, especially when a foreign partner starts humming the same tune I heard at his table that night. I still bring the jade pen to every negotiation. Victor notices. His jaw tightens a millimeter, a reminder for both of us. Assumptions are expensive. What changed and what didn't? From the outside looking in to the inside looking out, that's the arc. I didn't become someone new at that table. I stopped playing the part they'd written for me. They wanted a punchline. They met a translator who hears the deal behind the words. They offered humiliation. I accepted leverage. They gave me 5 minutes. I took a future.